There are some things that are guaranteed to put a smile on your face when you see them, like puppies, rainbows, even unicorn puppies. But one thing that is also guaranteed to put a smile on your face is an ice cream truck. The sweet tunes and delicious treats make these vehicles synonymous with fun and happiness. Unless, of course, they're not. Because today, we're talking about the horrifying stories of Pennywise's ice cream truck, which is so scary that people still have nightmares about it years later. So let's get started. We'll start with a Reddit post by user Sourcrowd27, who opens with a simple statement that will chill you to the bone. This actually happened to me. As he was walking home from a sleepover when he was 10, he heard the iconic jingle of an ice cream truck. He lived a few blocks away from one, so he started running. I started running toward the sound, only to find the ice cream man right outside my house. I was so excited. I couldn't wait to tell my mom that the ice cream man came so she could come and buy me something. When he opened the side window to call his mom, he saw something that made him slam the window shut and run inside. The driver was covered in blood and had a bloodied meat cleaver in his hands. He quickly told his mom what he had seen, and she came to the window to investigate, but by then the truck was gone. I never saw him again, but I swear I heard the ice cream truck in my neighborhood many times over the next few years. Yeah, nope, count me out. An ice cream truck driver covered in blood is beyond appetizing. And that was just the beginning, because there were plenty of other Pennywise sightings to follow. User Ms. Flibbit was only 4 years old when this happened to her. She remembers the day vividly, as it was the day before her birthday. Her parents had gone to the store, and while they were gone, she was playing in the front yard with her 2 friends. They were pretending to be explorers, when suddenly they heard the music of an ice cream truck. Excited, she ran to the house and told her parents that she wanted to get some ice cream. But when her mom went to check if it was safe to cross the street, she noticed something terrifying. The driver of the ice cream truck wasn't normal. It was the dancing clown, Pennywise. She ran back into the house and locked the doors while Pennywise continued to stare at them through the windows. After her parents brought her favorite snack out to her, she looked back at the truck and realized that Pennywise was no longer there. To this day, she still has nightmares about the incident. So what makes Pennywise appear in an ice cream truck? Well, in Stephen King's novel, IT, Pennywise takes the form of whatever its victim fears most. And since most people fear clowns, that's the form it usually takes. However, he can also take the form of an entity that evokes fear in a certain individual. Since children fear clowns and adults fear creepy ice cream truck drivers, it seems logical that Pennywise would use the latter form when targeting an adult. But sadly, this next story proves that Pennywise doesn't discriminate against age. Reddit user punhuman1989 had a close encounter with Pennywise's ice cream truck when he was only 5 years old. His mother was visiting a friend, and his father was working the late shift, leaving him alone in the house. That's when he heard the sweet sounds of an ice cream truck. Being the good boy that he was, he didn't go outside without asking permission. So he waited until his mom got back. Unfortunately, after she returned, they both heard the ice cream truck again. At first, it was far away, but then it seemed to be circling the block. Just when it passed their house, they heard a knock at the door. Assuming it was a salesman, he peeked through the peephole and saw a clown holding a balloon. And although he couldn't see his face, he felt like he was staring directly at him. He quickly closed the door and backed away from it. That was when his mom grabbed his shoulders and asked him if he wanted to open the door. When he said no, she called out to whoever was there, but there was no reply. Only silence. The pair remained frozen in fear as they listened for any movement outside the door, but there was none. After a moment, his mom tried the knob to find out if the door had been left unlocked. It hadn't. No one had been at their door, yet they could have sworn they had heard footsteps. That was when his mom picked up a baseball bat she kept by the door just in case. And the two stayed up all night with the lights on and the door locked. But not everyone who encounters Pennywise's ice cream truck is lucky enough to escape unscathed, like Reddit user Jason Spector. In his story, a group of kids hear the ice cream truck and decide to look for it. One of the kids knows the route the truck takes, and he leads them to where it will appear. While they are walking, they begin to argue about whose house the truck will appear at next. Once they hear the bells and whistles of the truck, they become excited and continue to run until they see the driver, Pennywise. They immediately become scared and try to hide, but it's too late. Pennywise sees them and chases after them. He ends up abducting one of the kids, and the rest run away. Although they managed to escape that day, Jason Spector claims that Pennywise continues to torment the kids' families, even going as far as killing a parent. Our next story comes from a Reddit user named KevyBaby67. When he was 5, he lived across the street from an ice cream truck, and every time he heard it, he would panic. Why? Because he knew what was coming next. He says that the driver of the ice cream truck would drive slowly past his house, then suddenly speed up. When he would turn the corner, he would crash into a car and devour the driver. Then he would do it again and again and again. Yep, this guy really puts the maniacal in your ice cream man. That's why when the ice cream truck appeared outside his house, he would stay indoors, hiding under his bed with his teddy bear. It wasn't until years later that he found out the driver's name, Krusty the Clown. But that's not the end of the story. KevyBaby67 continued to see Krusty in his nightmares, but he would always be driving the ice cream truck, except this time it wasn't an ice cream truck. It was a hearse. Reddit user CoolBeans84 encountered Pennywise in the form of an ice cream truck while he was walking home after a long day at work. He could hear the music from miles away, but instead of getting closer, it seemed like it was coming from all directions at once. It was almost as if the driver was stalking him. Once he turned a corner, the music stopped. And when he rounded another bend, he saw the truck up ahead. But it wasn't the music that scared him. It was what the driver was doing. The driver was sitting in the front seat with his eyes closed and mouth slightly open. As he got closer, he could see that the driver was breathing heavily and drooling onto his chest. But the scariest part was what he was wearing. He was dressed in a Victorian nightgown. By the time Cool Beans had walked past the truck, his eyes snapped open and he screamed, "Wake up!" Yeah, nope. Don't talk to me about ice cream trucks anymore. I'm good. Our final story comes from Reddit user Shaggy. I like turtles. I love ice cream trucks, but one time when I was 6 years old, I heard the ice cream truck when I was inside my house. My mom was out at the store, and my dad was at work. So I went to the window and saw a clown dressed in an old-fashioned bathing suit handing out ice cream to some kids. I remember thinking how weird it was to see a clown in the middle of the afternoon. So I decided to go outside. As I approached the truck, I noticed that the clown had a hook for a hand and a patch over one eye. Still, I thought it was cool, and I reached out to grab an ice cream. That was when the clown spoke. He said, "You want an ice cream?" in a raspy voice. And although I don't remember my exact response, I distinctly remember thinking, why does he sound like he's gargling nails? I never got the ice cream. Well, there you have it. These tales of terror will have you questioning the safety of ice cream trucks forever. Did you enjoy these stories? Then check out more videos like this one. But don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. Thanks for watching.